Right, does my hair look good? Right, let's see. Just check the audio. Just want to say, I'm really sorry that the audio quality is absolutely shocking. I'm totally aware of that. So I'll try and sort it out as much as I can. But you might have to live with it. I'm really sorry about that. So I thought I'd do this blog, first video blog, and talk about, on the blog I've done a lot of stuff about, turntables, software, headphones, some misconceptions that people, or I've had, of what people have expected, where to get music from. What I haven't touched on yet, which is fundamental of the blog, is leading worship from behind the decks. So I thought I'd do a very quick blog. This might go on forever. I try and say quick blog, but it might go on forever. How do I lead worship from behind the decks in a beginner's guide sort of fashion? And I'm just going to talk through a couple of ideas, some concepts that I've either used or I've seen people use, or I want to implement myself. Fundamental of being a DJ is you're going to mix two tracks together, make them flow nicely, keep a vibe, that sort of thing. The sort of thing you can't do with a worship band, because they've got to stop because they can't play forever. Whereas pressing a button on a CD player, the CD player is mechanical, so it keeps playing, so it allows you to manipulate and transition using that crossfader between tracks. So here's a couple of ideas, 3 in fact. Ironically, it's 2 minutes past 11 at the moment. Yeah, so this could be a long night. First idea is, so you've been asked to lead worship and you're panicking about, how do I lead worship from behind the decks? I've never done it before. What do I do? And my simple answer is, play some Christian songs that everybody knows. It doesn't have to have a beat. Just because you're a DJ, it doesn't have to be get the flow. You're like waka waka waka. The headphones on, you're like waka 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 waka. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't. It can simply be just some songs that you've got on a CD. It could be the new Hillsongs United album, Zion, and you could be mixing tracks like Oceans into Your Love Never Fails by Jesus Culture, into Mighty to Save by Hillsong United, and then it could go into Spirit Breakout by Worship Central. Those tracks, they're great, they're good Christian songs, and actually it's a great way to start, just mixing Christian songs into Christian songs. They don't have to be beat matched, no one's going to be listening to like the beats and stuff. They don't have to work, just fade them in, fade them out, keep the vibe going. Just, that's what all you really want to do. There's not, you're not trying to do anything fancy here. You're just trying to keep a vibe for people to worship God with. That's trying to facilitate people to be able to worship God. Okay? And you can have words, because people will know the words to their songs, or not. People might know the songs, so you don't have to rely on words. If it's only you, I would say do without words and just focus on the music, because people are probably going to know the words anyway, because if you're anything like my church, we do it all the time. Or an idea that I've used previous is use songs that people know, so like Hillsongs United, Hillsongs Young 3, which is the new youth Hillsong stuff, Worship Central, Jesus Culture, all that stuff, and use that stuff, the original tracks, but then mix them into like dance tracks. So tracks like or Flashback by Artie, it's a great track, really like pumping, the place going. Hello by Above and Beyond. I'm giving away all my good tracks here. That's alright. 10 Walls Walking with Dinosaurs. That's a BBC documentary, wasn't it? Back in the day when I was a child. Wow. No, Walking with Elephants, 10 Walls. That's a good track. So yeah, mix the well-known stuff that people know from church, mix them in with dance tracks, and then it means that you get that worship, but people still get to, experience that sort of DJ worship stuff that you're doing. So you're sort of doing worship on one hand, but you're DJing on the other, and sort of interweaving them together to make some nice mix. It's a good idea. And then the third idea is, why not use spoken word of Christian preachers, people like Kim Walker. I use Kim Walker a lot. In fact, a lot of DJs use Kim Walker, her. Or use famous Christian quotes, I don't know. Or if you wanted to, you could flash up a Bible verse every so often, or Psalms are quite good for that, and their songs. Do that sort of stuff, and then you could mix that with like secular music. So tracks I've been using, I did a deep house about a year ago, youth thing, and I was using tracks like The Healing, which is by an English DJ called James Zabila, 23, which is by Shadow Child, Rather Be, the Magician remix, which is, as we all know, that Clean Bandit record. We use Real Love as well, actually, now, which is with Jessica Lynn. Yeah, there's loads of tracks. There's just so many great tracks out there that you could use. It's like hard trying to list them. I can't use that track. You need to be able to let people be able to worship, but also let people to be able to be free to connect with God however they do that. Keep it open. No, just keep it free. Let people just experience God in a totally different way. Just chill it out, keep it chilled, or keep it loud. Depends on what you're doing. Doing a youth event, you probably want it loud, get them pumped. Back of like a deep, meaningful testimony, you're gonna have to probably want to keep it chilled and let people reflect. It depends what the gig is. It's totally up to you and the person who's running the event that decides on what the vibe should be of the room. But anyway, I hope these ideas help. I've been rambling on for quite some time. Yeah, so very quickly, use Christian songs and mix between them. That's perfectly fine. You're still doing what a DJ does, mixing tracks. It doesn't have to be all boom, boom, boom all the way through. You could use songs that people know, like Hillsong stuff, as I said, and mix between them, and then add some secular dance tracks in between there, instrumentals. Or you could use some spoken word from preachers or famous Christian quotes or verses, either in a visual way or an audio way. Hope that helps. First video log for this sort of stuff. So if you want some more, give some comment below. Hope this helps. Thank you. God bless.